Hi friends, welcome back to my classroom. Today we're going to learn about family relationships. For this video, let's pretend that this is you. We're going to talk about how people are related to children. This lady is your mother. Let's talk about all the different ways someone can be a mother. Your mother might be a woman who adopted you. For most of you, your mother might be the person who gave birth to you. That's the most common type of mother. Your mother might also be a woman who's chosen to raise you, like your dad's wife or girlfriend, an aunt or grandmother or good friend. This man is your father. Let's talk about different ways that someone can be a father. Your father might be the one who fathered you so your mother could give birth to you from your biological parents. Your father might be the man who's raising you, like your mom's husband or boyfriend or an uncle or grandfather. No matter the combination, your mother and father are your parents in most cases, but let's talk about different kinds of families. In your family, you might have two mothers and no father in your family. In your family, there might be two fathers, and those are your parents. In your family, you might just have a mom. That might be your only parent. I grew up in a family that just had a mom. Or instead of only having a mom, you might grow up in a family that only has a dad. Your family also may have two sets of parents. If your first parents aren't together anymore and have new partners, you could have four. Now that we've talked about parents, let's talk about siblings. This is your brother. Let's talk about the different ways someone can be your brother. Your brother might be a male child that your parents adopted. Your brother might be a male child that your parents gave birth to. Your brother might be a male child that your parents are raising. Your brother is a younger brother if he was born after you. Your brother is an older brother if he was born before you. Now we've learned about parents and brothers, let's learn about your sister. Let's look at the different ways your sister might come into your family. Your sister might be a female child who was adopted into your family. Your sister might be a female child who is born into your family. Your sister might be a female child who's being raised in your family. Your sister is an older sister if she was born before you were born. Your sister is a younger sister if she was born after you were born. Okay, that's your immediate family. Now, let's talk about other older members of your family. This is your grandfather. Let's look at all the different ways someone can be your grandfather. Remember we talked about many different ways someone could be a parent? Well, your grandfather is the male parent of either your mother or your father. And now let's look at who your grandmother is. This lady is your grandmother. Are you ready to look at the ways that a woman can be your grandmother? Let's look at that. Your grandmother is the female parent of either your mother or of your father. All right, let's look at some other relatives and how they can be related to you, like an aunt. This lady is your aunt. Let's look at the different ways that someone can be your aunt. Your aunt is the female sibling of either your mother or the female sibling of your father. Your aunt might also be a really close friend of your parents, and you call them aunt. Okay, now that we've looked at aunt, let's look at uncle. This is your uncle. Are you ready to look at the different ways someone can be your uncle? Okay, let's get started with this. Your uncle is the male sibling of either your mother or the male sibling of your father. Your uncle might also be a really close friend of your parents, and you might call them uncle. Okay, you've learned about aunt and uncle and siblings and grandparents and parents. So who do you think this lady might be? If you guessed cousin, you were right. She is your cousin. Let's look at how one can be a cousin. Your cousin is the son or the daughter of your aunt and your uncle. There are even more members of your family, like godparents and nieces and nephews and sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws and all kinds of second and third cousins. We're going to learn about the other family members in part 2 of our family video. If you liked this video, click the like button and subscribe to come back to my classroom again. It was so great to spend time with you today. I'll see you soon. Bye, friend.